Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah Will View here for another film review. Why? Because it's Dollar Theater time. That's why. Dollar Theater, ongoing series created by our good friend Hobbs over at Hobbs Horror. That is when we find a movie that we have gotten for $1.25 or less, and then we come back and watch it and talk about it. So I realized that I have not done a Disney film since forever. So I got in my head that, hey, we need to do a Disney film because we haven't done one. So we thought we'd go with 2006's Eight Below with Paul Walker. Paul Greenwood, or Bruce Greenwood, Jason Biggs, and Moon Bloodgood. This movie, in turn, was actually inspired by a 1983 Japanese movie called Antarctica, which was in turn based on a true story that happened in 1959, where during a Japanese expedition, they left 15 of their dogs behind because of conditions, and two of them survived for 11 months before they were rescued. But we're just talking about Eight Below, and it is Paul Walker. He plays Jerry Shepard. He is an expedition guide, that deals with Antarctica projects, scientific teams and what have you. And he runs, if any scientists want to do anything, they go through him. He plans out their trips. He also has a team of dogs that he uses for the trips, and they stay in a small base, and so a scientist, a meteorologist, geologist comes to the camp, and Dr. Davis McLaren, played by Bruce Greenwood. He's always so good. Man, Bruce Greenwood he's really underrated as an actor. That guy has done so many great projects, so many great shows. But he plays Davis McLaren. He's chasing after a meteorite that looks like it has come from Mercury. So he really wants to get there, and but the mission, it takes him to a very dangerous area that has not been checked out. And so Jerry says, hey, no one told me that we were supposed to be taking you there. I have no idea how the conditions are. But his boss at the camp says, we'll take him anyway. So he hooks up his team, led by Maya, his husky team Maya, and they make a run for Mount Melbourne to see if they can find this meteorite. As they get there, they have some close calls because they haven't been able to plan out the trip properly and safely. So they start having a little bit of accidents, and Dr. McLaren almost falls down a shaft because the ice was thinned, and that's not the only time it happens to him. He's pretty much bad luck. Well, they get to Mount Melbourne, and they're told that there's two massive storms coming, and they have to come back. So they're going to be tried because the storms are just like, yeah, if you don't get out, you're not getting out. But Dr. McLaren begs him for half a day, so he can at least look for his rock. He came all that way down there. He's trying to find it. So Jerry says, okay, I'll do that for you, but I want to be on the way in half a day. I mean, I want us to be going. So he finds his rock, and they go ahead and they mount up, and they go ahead and they start toward. Well, before they get the rock, he's talking about it. He's got the rock, and then the ice gives way, and Dr. Davis falls down the embankment, and he ends up breaking his leg and falling into some water. Jerry and Maya rescue him, but he has a severely broken leg. So now, and the storm is coming. So Jerry loads up Dr. McLaren onto the sled. He has to jettison some equipment. He has to make it light because now they're racing against time. And Jerry has actually given his gloves to Dr. McLaren to help keep him warm because he's really hurt. So then they go hell bent for back to base, and the dogs are just running full out. I mean, this, and both Jerry and Dr. McLaren are really just hanging on themselves. You could hear Dr. McLaren start to develop pneumonia, and his hands are just turning purple. Uh, they make it to the base, and both of them are critically wounded, so they have to get out. So, and we'll come back for the dogs, but right now we got to get you out. Jerry volunteers to stay, but the base leader says, "Hey, you're too badly injured. You might have nerve damage in your hands." So they leave. They leave the dogs. They leave the dogs tied up because they think they're coming right back. Katie, who's their pilot, played by Moon Bloodgood, is their pilot, and she says that she'll come back for the dogs. But once she gets there, once they fly out, they realize the storm is the worst storm in 25 years. And despite Jerry trying to get anybody to listen to him to go get his dogs, nobody can help him. And the dogs start breaking out, except for the oldest dog in the team, old Jack, he's heartbroken. Is what it is. He's heartbroken because he got left behind, and so he just quietly resigns, and he passes. And in fact, he stays right there on his leash. And the rest of the dogs all get out, and then for about almost 200 days they survive. One dog, Dewey, he falls down in the embankment, and he dies from his injuries. And the rest of the dogs survive. They have to fight off Maya, who gets bitten by a leopard seal, and of course the dogs return the favor too. Leopard seal's going like, "Hey man, I'm used to getting my ass kicked like this. Maybe down below the ice, I am. I'm not the king, but up above the ice." But Maya's really badly wounded, so they head back toward the base camp. Dr. McLaren, I guess he was a piece of cake. I'll tell you the truth. He's very selfish and self-centered. Putting Jerry and his team in incredible danger, and then Jerry and his team again going incredible danger because he's not listening to Jerry, who says don't move during a unsafe area. He wandered out onto the unsafe area to chase this meteorite, and that's what led him to being injured. And because he got injured, now they have to get out. Now they have to use up all the room. There's no room for any dogs or anything. So he's not, and yeah, you don't really like the good doctor too much at first. But then he realizes that, he wouldn't be getting all the acclaim that he got if it wasn't for Jerry and his team. And he realizes that he still has some grant money that he has, a few $1,000s. So he says, well, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to do the right thing, something I should have done a long time ago. And he helps Jerry finance his trip back down to Antarctica, and to at least get his dogs, whether they're alive or dead. He's going to retrieve them. He's going to honor them. So Katie and Cooper, played by Jason Biggs, they go ahead and they join up with Dr. McLaren and Jerry, and they go get the dogs. And out of the 8 that are featured, 6 of them made it. And I didn't know about the true story until I started, because I said it's based on a true story. So I read the entry in Wikipedia, and wow, dogs are amazing. They're not cats, but they're damn amazing anyway. And I had a Siberian Malamute when I was a kid, and those dogs are incredibly loyal, and strong as hell. This was really good. I have to admit, I got emotional watching it. The story itself is emotional. Um, Seeing Paul Walker again, knowing that he's no longer with us, that he was really good in this film as well. Um, there was a couple of scenes where I threw in some line with Fast and the Furious. I was just like, when he comes over to Maya and Maya's laying down there, and I kept on waiting for him to pick up his phone call and calling for a lifeline, for the first film. I don't know where that came from, but it just like struck me like, call for a lifeline. And then I thought it was, he said Mia. Was in the first part of the movie, he's calling the dog Mia, and because it was his girlfriend, and later on his wife in the Fast and Furious films, but it was actually Maya. But in the beginning of the film, they were pronouncing it as Mia, and then later on it went to be Maya, and so. But overall, I really enjoyed the film. It's a corker. It's a good family film. It's rated PG. There's no curse words. The PG basically comes from a couple of scary scenes involving the dogs, and of course the thematic scenes of leaving a dog behind for almost 200 days with no food and water. Yeah, that's tough. But overall, though, I really enjoyed this film, and so did you. So do we all, because it was made for $40 million and it made $121 million back at the box office. So it did a good job. It was well received, and I do remember seeing this quite a bit out on thrift stores and whatnot. People really liked this movie. They bought it a lot, and you could get this over probably at eBay or Amazon. Extras include 2 sets of commentaries, deleted scenes, and a documentary on the making of the movie. All worth your time, especially listen to the commentary with director Frank Marshall and Paul Walker. Highly recommend that. I think you'll be impressed with that too. And he also talks with a couple of his crew, a couple of his DP and an assistant. So yeah, I enjoyed this for Dollar Tree Theater. I think it was a good movie. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've seen it before, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of it. If you've seen it or not. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Hit the like button, regardless if you're already a member on the channel or not. But hit the like button, let you know whenever I do something new and exciting. All right, that's it for Dollar Theater for this week. And we'll see you for the next one. And no, I don't know what we're watching, but we're going to be watching something fun. That is always guaranteed. Peace.